take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home. Home, a place where I can go to take this off my shoulders. Someone take me home.
It's been a long time coming.
Someone take me home. Oh, oh, oh.
Please welcome back to the field for tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
Well, good evening, fans, and welcome to the pond at Welland Stadium for tonight's final regular season home game for the Welland Jackfish. I'm Spencer Tangway. Brendan Lang will join me for innings 4, 5, and 6. Tonight, it's the London Majors in town, the league-leading London Majors with a record of 20 wins and 8 losses. Boy, they've had a great season. They've clinched the division, and now the Jackfish are in a race for a home playoff position. Big weekend for the Jackfish. This is the third home game in a row as Cam Wilson goes out tonight's first ceremonial first pitch. I know him quite well. I'll have to bug him about that effort from the mound. But he's a part of the Lions Club here at Welland, and actually just before the ball game, the Lions Club of Welland, great partners of the Jackfish, presented checks to the Welland Food Bank as well as the Welland Hospitals for PPE and food for Welland. We'll take a look at the tail of the tape between these two ball clubs as the Jackfish and Majors meet right here at the pond. As mentioned, it's a 14-14 Jackfish club going up against the league-leading 28-8 London Majors. Byron Reichstein, Dane Tofflin, two players to keep your eye on. And if you look at the head-to-head battle, these two teams, 2-2, the Jackfish stealing a win in London, their first victory over the Majors back earlier in July in the season, a 10-6 victory on a huge comeback decision. Starting pitcher. Starting pitchers for today's game for the Majors. It'll be Owen Boone, league-leading Owen Boone. Boone, 7 wins for the Majors. You look at the other pitching categories for the IBL. Pedro de los Santos, he has been unreal for the London Majors, so the Majors pitching has been fantastic, and the Jackfish will match up against Owen Boone tonight. For the Jackfish, it is the lefty Chris Bowato. League as well, in the league leaders for ERA and wins. Bowato's having a good season as well. So it's a pitching matchup that we expected. Two top guys going at it here in Welland on the final regular season home game for the Jackfish. We are almost set to go. It is a full house, huge crowd in attendance. We are easily probably going to beat our last record of 1,234, as there was over 1,000 pre-sold tickets for tonight's game. Post-game fireworks. The first 400 fans got free t-shirts. It's a full house on Youth Baseball Day. I'm Spencer Tangway. We are set for baseball. The Majors will lead things off with Chris McQueen. Carlos Artiega will bat second, and then it is the big man Byron Reichstein batting third here in the top half of the first. So the 28 Majors looking to add on to their fantastic season, trying to add 2 more wins. They'll play 2 more games tonight and tomorrow. And the opening pitch of the ball game is upstairs for ball 1. Glad you could join us wherever you're watching the game from. Always love to chat with our YouTube followers. And Bowato's set. Here is the 1-0 pitch to McQueen. Upstairs, very similar pitch, and now it's 2 balls and no strikes. So 2 balls, no strikes. To the lefty in the batter's box, Chris McQueen. Here's the 2-0. Fastball down the middle, and Bowato has his first strike of the ball game. Bowato, as we talked about, has been really solid for the Jackfish. Earlier in the season, we thought he might be able to fill that role of Euclides Layer and fill that ace spot. And that catches the outside of the plate. And now the count is 2-2. And Boato's lived up to his potential. Really come out, got a lot of good starts in this season for the Jackfish, and he'll be relied upon here as the Jackfish would really need this win to secure a home playoff spot. Similar pitch, just misses the outside of the plate, and it's a full count, 3-2. McQueen this season, 31 for 92, has yet to find a home run this season. But he's driven in 15 runs. There's a ball that's coming right back towards Brent Colom and boy, Brent Colom last night had a memory that he'll never forget, a ball that came right at him. Unable to make the grab, though, here in the press box, so he's 0 for 1 on the fly balls. Now the 3-2. Here's the Boato offering. High fly ball, shallow center field. Marriott there, backing under it, and he makes the play. So McQueen is retired to a fly to center field. Marriott makes the catch for out number 1.
Third baseman number 97, Carlos Artiega.
Double me, please. Hello from London as well. Thank you for tuning in, of course. Try new camera angles, as this is the one we love as well, getting you closer to the action. Row 1 here at the pond. So it'll be Artiega now, and then Byron Reichstein due up here in the top half of the first for the majors. A lefty and then a righty. And it's a opening strike to the righty, Carlos Artiega. This major lineup, pretty consistent with what they've gone with all season long. Artiega batting .326. 27 runs driven in by Carlos Artiega. He's 31 for 95. This order, a lot of guys over the 300 peak in the batting average category. The majors, of course, have driven in the most runs in the league, averaging 11.4 runs per game. No wonder why you win 20 games. The thing I'm kind of shocked about how they have 8 losses is they've given up the least amount of runs as well. Foul tip, and he is injured. That hit him on the foul tip. You could tell he's walking off and just trying to fight through the pain. So we'll see how Artiega is able to continue in this game, as that one caught a piece of him on just a weird foul tip. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Artiega slow to get back to the batter's boxes. He'll take his time for sure. Is that we can't really see where it got him. Somewhere in the left foot areas. He is really favoring that left foot and ankle. Maybe even got him right on top of the foot. 2-2. 1 out. Time is called. Maybe just not comfortable in the batter's box on that left foot. It'll be interesting, of course, as a righty. Good hit, though. This could be 2. He's going for 2. It'll be close at the bag. Safe. Called safe. Pettipies can't believe it for the Jackfish. And here comes Brian Ezery early out to talk to third base umpire Mike Kinnear. A beautiful hit down the left field line that just stayed fair, just missed the foul line, all the way to left field, and Artiega was able to slide in there for a double. So after being hit by a foul tip, not by a pitch rather, he's able to line one right down the third base line. And the Majors have a runner aboard and in scoring position with 1 out. So now Byron Reichstein with a runner aboard on second will bat. This is the second lefty Chris Boato will face in the order. Broken bat right up the middle. Runner's being waved around home, and he will score. So a blooper off a broken bat right up the middle, and the Majors have a 1-0 lead.
Designated hitter number 35, Cleveland Brownlee.
So it's an RBI single for Byron Reichstein, right up the middle off the broken bat. Arteaga comes around to score to home plate from second. And now it is the fan favorite here, of course, Cleveland Brownlee. Reichstein, that'll be his 27th RBI of the season. You look at his numbers, 418, 41 for 98. Just unbelievable numbers for the Majors left-hander. Called strike on the outside of the plate. Brownlee likes to swing a lot. He's hit 5 home runs, 18 RBIs. Batting only .235 as he strikes out quite a few times. But when he connects, able to send one easily out of the ballpark. So we'll see how they pitch to Cleveland Brownlee here. They started on the outside of the plate. They go back to first, keeping Byron Reichstein at bay on first base. So 0-1, 1 out. Reichstein, not a huge lead out, but they got a good eye on him, does Boato. Here's the 0-1. Foul, and that hit Cleveland Brownlee. You could tell that one stung as he drops his bat. So 2 batters now for the Majors have been hit by foul tips. So no balls and 2 strikes. A called strike and a foul that hit Cleveland Brownlee. Looks to be it got him right on the side of the right leg. So Arteaga, after getting hit on the left side, was able to send one down the third base line for a double. We'll see what Brownlee does here after being hit. 0-2, 1 out. Runner aboard on first, and that's downstairs in the dirt for the first ball of the at-bat. 1-2, 1 out. Just getting underway here in Welland. Final meeting between these 2 ball clubs in the regular season. Now the 1-2 with 1 away. Here's the offering. Ring him up, and he is out of here on a looking strikeout. Another strikeout for Cleveland Brownlee, and it's the second out of the inning. Angelina's Pizza, of course, proud partners of Jackfish Baseball. All fans in attendance, 5 free chicken wings with 5 strikeouts by any Jackfish pitcher. That's 1, and it's a looking strikeout against Cleveland Brownlee. So now to the middle of the order. It's Hayden Jaco catching tonight, followed by Austin Wilkie, and then it'll be Adam Philman. Runner aboard, still on first base. It is a 1-0 London lead here in the top half of the inning. Swing and a miss from Jaco. Jaco this season batting .383, having a career season. 3 home runs, 17 ribbies. And he's got a runner aboard on first of Byron Reichstein. Boato right back to first. Reichstein easily there. 0-1, 2 away here in the top half of the first. Wilkie is on deck, the center fielder tonight for the Majors. So here's the 0-1 offering. Curveball misses downstairs. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Boato has checked Reichstein several times. Here's the 1-1. Fastball right down the middle, 1-2. So now the 1-2, 2 outs here in the top. Goes to the fastball, it's hit to right field. And the Jackfish right fielder of Dennis Day Manning makes the play for out number 3. The Majors leave a runner aboard, but they do score 1. It's 1-0 London. We'll go to the bottom half of the first when we come back. Welcome back to the pond.
Leading off the first
The
inning
top
for
half of the
your
first
Welland
in the books.
Jackfish.
We do have a
First
score. It is a
baseman,
1-0
number
lead
24,
for the London
Griffin
Majors.
Keller.
As Griffin Keller steps into the batter's box for the first time tonight. Keller batting 38 for 105, 7 home runs, 22 runs driven in, for a batting average of 361. Jackfish, of course, switching up the order a little bit with the news of Datsun and Workid playing professional baseball and leaving the ball club. So the team shuffles around the lineup a little bit, trying to add key pieces, including Andrew Mercier, who returns to the lineup. He'll catch tonight and bat 8th as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Jackfish. It'll be Griffin Keller, followed by Eric Marriott, and then Dane Toffland. Nicholson, Hildebrandt, and Dave Banning. Dave Banning steps in to play right field. Wagner will be, we believe, to be the full-time shortstop. He'll bat 7th. Mercier catching. He'll split time, of course, with Buck Burrow. And Pettipies, traditionally the second baseman, he'll bat in the 9 spot. Starting pitcher, Owen Boone. What a season he's had. His numbers speak for himself. For the Majors, high fly ball off the end of the bat. That ball is carrying away from the playing field into the berm in left field for a foul ball. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boone this season, 7 wins, only 1 loss, an ERA of 2.29. 7-1. He's started all 8 games he's appeared in. That is what you call great numbers. Swing and a miss. And the changeup gets him. It's a out number 1 for the Jackfish on a swinging strikeout.
Center fielder number 9, Eric Marriott.
So now the country boy, Eric Marriott, steps in. 1-out situation with nobody aboard for Eric Marriott. Marriott having a good year. 11 runs driven in from Niagara Falls, a local talent. I'm sure he's got a lot of friends and family in the stands today, as it is nearly a sold-out crowd. We say sold out, you look at all the seats here and all the spots to sit on the grass standing room. I believe the total capacity of the stadium, mid-24, 2,500, 2,300. Brent Cologne, producers, got the numbers. So tonight's at 10. It's anywhere 13 to 1,500 is a huge feat, as that looks like the grandstands are full. Hit to left field off the end of the bat. That's going to get down for a base hit. And the Jackfish have a base runner aboard. It's a single to left from Eric Marriott.
Third baseman number 23, Dane Toffland.
So now Dane Toffland, the big man, number 23, fan favorite here at the pond. The big righty from out west in Canada has called home Welland all summer. Huge shot, high fly ball, way out of here. The Jackfish take a 2-1 lead, a no-doubter from Dane Toffland. Another homer for him, and the Jackfish jump out on top.
Fans, get on your feet for the third baseman, Dane Toffland.
That ball was nowhere close to landing anywhere near the vicinity of this ballpark. The last time the Majors were here, Cleveland Brownlee sent one to the 406. Dane Toffland may have just hit the QEW. That ball was crushed.
The left fielder number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
Well, that's pretty hard to follow, as Brandon Nicholson steps in. So 0-1 is the first pitch down the middle for a strike. Here's the 0-1. That's outside, and it's 1-1. I do love when the Jackfish play the majors. For some reason, it always reminds me of the 2019 playoff push, when, of course, this was the first round opponents, and all the games seemed to be like a huge, great atmosphere, great tight ball games. High fly ball caught by the center fielder for out number 2.
Designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
These two teams, a rivalry, line up good against each other. Good pitching and good bats. The Jackfish finally coming together the first half of the season, unable to find the bats, and now really been able to get some numbers across the plate. 2 outs now for Matt Hildebrand. Here's the 1-0. Thursday, the Jackfish were known as the Welland Roses and wore Welland Roses uniforms, which were auctioned off to all the fans in attendance. And I believe Matt Hildebrand's jersey went for the most. Last time I checked, it was upwards over $300. All that money going towards the open arm missions of Welland, as the Jackfish paid tribute to the Rose City and everything Welland on Thursday. 1-2, 2 outs to Hildebrand. Gets him to swing for a strikeout. Jackfish strike out 2 times. They scored 2 on a huge blast from Dane Toughlin.
Right,
it's 2-1 through 1 complete. The majors bat next when we come back. You're watching Jackfish Baseball from the Rose City. What an exciting first inning. It's a 2-1 Jackfish lead. And Austin Wilkie will lead things off. This is the number 6 hitter in the order tonight for the London Majors. He'll be followed by the left fielder, number 13, Adam Philman. And then Evan Britt, the first baseman, due up. Keith Kendall, the second baseman. Shows bunt, but it is a poorly executed bunt, left field, and that'll go foul. Left field. Brent Colomb questioning my call on that one. So am I. Left field. That'd be a pretty big pop-up.
Yeah. We see you into it.
Absolutely.
It's always a first.
Got to admit the mistakes. Got to have fun with it here. Nothing in one.
Lots of fun at the pond.
Color commentary now.
No.
And now it's nothing in 2. As Wilkie lets that one go by him for a strike. Showed bunt the first time. Pulled it back here on the second one. Here's the third offering. Ground ball right to the second baseman Pettipies. To Keller for out number 1. So this will be Adam Philman,
Left
followed
fielder
by
number
Evan
14,
Britt.
Adam Philman.
As mentioned, you look at the majors order, a lot of them batting over 300. Austin Wilkie batting 301. And now this is the 7th spot in the order, Adam Philman. Bowato throwing some heat just inside. Doesn't get the call, and now it's 1 ball and no strike. Philman this season batting .310, 2 home runs, 21 RBIs on the season. Comes into the 2nd inning with nobody on, 1 out. That pitch in the dirt. Mercier unable to block that one as it hit off him and went towards the Jackfish dugout. So it's 2-1. Bowato taking some time here, getting settled. He's got his sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. A shot to right field. Dave Banning's there. Looked like it could have gotten down, but it carried quite away for out number 2. Batting practice today. Brandon Lang and I were talking. The flags were really blowing out. As I look now to center field, just a slight blow as it has really calmed down here. Maybe getting ready for some post-game fireworks. Two outs now, nobody on here for the majors in the top half of the 2nd. Glad you could join us. Fastball, swing and a miss. Bowato's ERA 5.39, but has been really dominant for the Jackfish. He's been able to come in huge starts and been able to fill that role. Like I mentioned, Euclides Layer not able to join the team this season as the ace and one of the key parts of the 2019 pitching rotation. Bowato's slotted in nicely. Outside of the plate. Catches the corner, though, says umpire Dave Phillips. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. That ball's hit to left. Unable to make the grab was the left fielder of Nicholson. He can't believe he couldn't make it either. Off his glove, and the majors get a huge break as that looked like it would easily be out number 3. He was there, just unable to squeeze the baseball.
Number 12, Keith Candell.
So now they have a runner in scoring position, and we'll see if Chris Bowato is able to pitch out of this jam. So Philman, he's aboard on an error. That's foul. All the way to the softball fields here at the pond, 0-1. So it's an error recorded against Nicholson, which I believe is his first error of the season. 0-1, 2 outs. And now 0-2. A couple of straight fouls, 2 outs. Bowato really getting ahead of the count here after that error from the left fielder Nicholson. Trying to leave another base runner aboard. The majors left 1 on the bases in the first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled it back, heads up. That one just over our heads. Had to make sure Brent Colomb had his eyes up. And now 0-2. And that'll be pulled foul. Would have got down for potentially the game-tying run, but it was just leaking foul. And now 0-2. One other game in the IBL tonight, Kitchener and Barrie. Big game for the Jackfish, of course, and the IBL standings, that log jam for the home seeds. London, of course, securing the first round bye. They'll get to sit and watch the first round next week, with the IBL playoffs being shortened. Only a best 2 of 3. Inside. And now 2-2. So 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the runner is on second. Bowato was ahead of the count, 0-2. And he steps off as he had a good look at Philman, who's aboard on second. Tough to forget how close the Jackfish were from getting out of this inning. In the infield. That'll be caught. Pettipiece is there for out number 3. So they get out of the jam. They leave the base runner on second. And we'll go to the bottom half of the second inning. 2-1 Jackfish. Welland bats next when we come back.
Final regular season home game. It was a tradition all season.
Here we are back for the bottom half of the second inning. Jackfish 2-1 lead over the London Majors, and this will be Dennis Day Banning leading things off. He'll slot in to play right field this evening. Mike Wagner, the shortstop, he'll bat second in this half inning, and then it'll be Andrew Mercier. This is the 6, 7, 8 spot in the order for the Fish tonight. And it's 0-2 early against Day Banning. Brad watching from Exeter, Ontario. I believe I said that correctly. I don't know if I've heard of Exeter, Ontario. Fantastic to have you aboard as the IBL and the Jackfish try to bring you live coverage of every game across the IBL. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss from Day Banning. And Owen Boone has his third strikeout of the ballgame.
15, Mike Wagner.
He got Keller to strike out in the first, and Hildebrand. Both swinging, and Day Banning another swinging strike. So it's his third swinging strikeout here in the second. Boone working like normal. Just that one blemish, a 2-run shot off the bat of Tufflin. Pitch misses downstairs to Mike Wagner. Wagner's 10 for 33, batting .303 with 4 RBIs this season. Wagner joined the team about halfway through the season and has been pretty dominant, and now he'll slot into shortstop full time for the Fish in the infield. Mercier moves behind the plate to catch, which changes the infield a little bit as Workin and Dadson move on to play professional baseball. Swing and a miss. That off-speed pitch got Wagner to swing, and now it's 1-2 with 1 out. Able to catch the end of the bat on that one. Right at the left fielder. And Philman makes the catch for the Majors.
Catcher number 26, Andrew Mercier.
So 2 up, 2 down so far for the Jackfish, and that'll bring up Andrew Mercier. Mercier in 2019, if you recall, used to hitting in the middle or top of the order, usually the 3rd or 4th batter for the Fish. And now comes back in. He's near the bottom of the order in the 8th spot. Fastball offering from Boone down the middle. Mario Villela, Rose City native. Welcome to the viewing party here for the Jackfish. 0-1. Fouled back, and that'll be 0-2 against Mercier. Mercier, a former Major, came to the Jackfish when we moved from Burlington, formerly the Herd, of course. Spent the full season with the team in 2019. Now the 0-2 pitch. Able to just get some of that one, and he pulls it foul down the right field side. Oh, 0-2. Boone taking his time. He's got his sign now. Into the windup, here's Boone. Off the end of the bat. Should be a playable ball. The throw over to Evan Britt, and the Majors send the Jackfish back to the dugout. Only 3 up, 3 down. Two complete from the Rose City. We'll go to the top of the 3rd. You're watching Jackfish Baseball. It's a 2-1 lead after 2.
Leading off the 3rd inning for the Majors, shortstop Chris McQueen.
Well, 2 complete innings in the book. It's a 2-1 Welland Jackfish lead over the London Majors. Back to the top of the order we go. It's Chris McQueen, followed by Carlos Artiega, and then Byron Reichstein. Hit in the air, shallow center field. The center fielder, Eric Marriott, is there for out number 1, as McQueen, for the 2nd time today, flies out to Marriott. Swung at the first pitch.
Third
So
baseman,
McQueen is
Carlos
retired rather
Arteaga.
quickly. And that'll bring up Carlos Arteaga. If you recall, he was hit by his own foul swing off the bat and got him on the right leg or right foot. Hard to tell as he was kind of favoring, the left leg. Of course, the foot he's going to plant and turn through the rotation of the swing. Shows bunt, pulls back, but it's called a strike. Home plate, umpires. I don't know if I mentioned them. Home plate umpire tonight is Dave Phillips. Jeff Rose is at first, and Mike Kinnear on third. Back to the three-man system as the Jackfish had the luxury, it seemed, of the last two games having a four-man crew. Thursday and Friday's ball game featured a four-man training crew, which saw the umpires rotate through the innings, except home plate, of course. High fly ball. One of the thousands fish heads couldn't claim that ball in the air. And it's snatched by a lucky fan right in front of the Majors dugout. 1-2. Majors trail 2-1 here in the top of the third inning. And that is behind Carlos Arteaga. That is well off the mark. A pitch he'll have to soon forget. So now the 2-2. Here's the offering. Ground ball. Pettipiece on the run. Tough throw. In time. What a great play on the run. Going the opposite way. Pettipiece, a great arm in transition, makes the play.
Fielder Byron Whitestein.
And the Jackfish defense shining some bright light here in the Rose City tonight for out number 2. Kind of a dim night as the sun is gone away. Lots of clouds, but no chance of rain in the forecast anytime soon on firework night. We mentioned it, the wind has died right down to the ballpark. Swung out of the first pitch, and that is foul to Cleveland Brownlee warming up in the on-deck circle. Reichstein had a single his first time up. Outside, 1-1. One ball, one strike. He's got his sign. Here's the pitch on the 1-1. That missed inside. So now 2-1. Majors order tonight, a lefty followed by a righty, then a lefty against Chris Boato. A lefty arm for the Jackfish. Fouled back. Can't even look at Brent Colomb right now. He had his eyes all over that baseball as that was coming right near the top of the fence. Producer Brent does a great job every home game for the Jackfish, bringing you the pretty pictures. He pushes the buttons, we talk. 2-2. Swing and a miss, foul. He's running to first. It'll be close. Safe at first. You don't often see those. But Reichstein is aboard at first as he beat out the throw from the catcher Mercier. So it'll be a wild pitch against Boato. And he beats him on the strikeout run. So 2 outs for Cleveland Brownlee. Brownlee struck out his first time at the dish. Swing and a miss as he got him to swing across. And as we talked about, Brownlee has that very exuberant swing. Settles himself down now, 0-1. 2 outs with a runner aboard. Checks back at first, easily there in time. 0-1, 2 outs. Brownlee. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss again. That off-speed pitch got him back-to-back times.
Everybody clap your hands.
Now the 0-2, 2 outs. Bowada was able to get out of the jam from the error from Nicholson in the second inning. And now he's got a runner aboard on first. No balls, 2 strikes. And the big man Brownlee. Here's the pitch. Foul call. So the at-bat continues. Watto and Mercier get back to their positions and set, trying to end this half inning for the Majors. Brownlee, last time at the dish, stood there and watched a strikeout go right by him. Now he's got a chance with a runner aboard on first. Here's the 0-2. Just over the Wagner's head at shortstop, and that'll move Brownlee to first. Wagner had everything in the tank, jumped up, just couldn't make the grab. As a little blooper hit off the bat of Cleveland Brownlee. Enough for a base hit, and now the London Majors, runners first and second with 2 outs, and they keep the inning alive. Runner aboard, Reichstein at second. Brownlee is at first off that little blooper to the shortstop that Wagner is just out of the reach of. And here's Hayden Jaco. Jaco swing and a miss on his first pitch. Jaco flew out to the right fielder Dave Banning his first time up. With that hit, Brownlee now 1 for 2 in the ball game. After striking out, of course. Now the 0-1 pitch from Marriott. Really getting my players mixed up at the moment. From Bowato. Just missed the outside of the strike zone. Jaco 33 for 86 in the season. Batting .383 for London. 1-1. Inside high, misses, and now it's 2-1. Two and 1, 2 outs. Watto getting set here, trying to end this inning. He's been at it for quite a while now with that quickly getting those 2 outs. Ground ball to second, fielder's choice, easy, and the inning is over. So the Majors leave 2 aboard. We'll go to the bottom half of the third. It is a 2-1 Jackfish lead. Bottom of 3 we go. It is a 2-1 Jackfish lead. As it seems it got a little bit brighter here at the park as I look up. Jackfish trying to extend this lead here a little bit as they're able to get out of a jam back-to-back innings. Second inning, it was an error from the left fielder Nicholson. Third inning, a close call by the first base umpire Jeff Rose on a 3-strike run from Reichstein. Now it's quickly 0-2 as Owen Boone settles in, and he has been throwing strikes for the majors tonight. 0-2. Here's the pitch. Fouled back, popped up. That's going to go off the press box roof, play Plinko, and go back down into the grandstand. And a lucky fan takes that ball home on a nice grab.
That's it. From Jordan. I used Jordan last time. Jordan and,
The count remains 0-2. Nobody away. This is the first batter of the order, Nolan Pettipiece. Ground ball. The third baseman's got it. Over to Britt for out number 1. So Pettipiece is retired on the 5-3 ground ball out.
Baseman, number 24, Griffin Keller.
And that is 4 straight batters. 6 straight batters, excuse me, as I go back all the way to the first. Owen Boone has retired to the Jackfish. Gave up that 2-run home run off Dane Tofflin, and then retired Nicholson, Hildebrandt, Dave Banning, Wagner, Mercier, and then Pettipiece as we go back to the top of the order against a very red-hot Owen Boone. 0-1. Fastball down the middle for a strike. Boone very good at getting ahead of the count. Here's the 0-1. Right towards Pat Casey, the first base coach, for the Fish. And it's quickly 0-2. So here's Griffin Keller. 0-2, 1 out, with nobody aboard here in the third inning. Leaking, this could be playable as it stays in, and that will be out number 2.
The center fielder, number 9, Eric Marriott.
So now Eric Marriott steps in for the Jackfish here with 2 outs. So 7 consecutive outs for Owen Boone. And the London Majors defense brings up Eric Marriott. Marriott singled his first time up. Takes that fastball downstairs. Boone has thrown 36 pitches now. 28 of them strikes. That's how you get in the head of the count. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Just misses. Looked like a great pitch on the outside corner of the plate. But the Jackfish get the call from the umpire, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. He's got his sign. Quickly works. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss from Marriott, and it's 2-1. Marriott this season's batting .290. He's got 11 RBIs. 25 for 86 this season is Eric Marriott. And the count's even at 2 as that's pulled foul towards the Majors dugout. A Roop Chandlerless dugout tonight, as Roop not in attendance for the Majors. A rare thing you don't see. Normally, Roop, of course, the manager and the skip for the Majors, not in attendance tonight. That misses outside. 3-2. Full count, 2 outs though. Nobody aboard for the Jackfish. So now here's the full count pitch with 2 outs. Fouls it back as the safety netting getting some work here early in the ball game as it's fouled away. Look to my right now, all the way down the right field side, and the neighborhood behind the park. If you've ever been to the park, it's a neighborhood right actually behind the ballpark. Strike 3 called has come out to take in the ball game. A huge crowd of them in right field, but the inning is over. And that'll be Boone's 4th strikeout of the ball game. 3 complete. Brandon Legg gets in the hot seat next. He'll take you through 4, 5, and 6. You're watching Jackfish Baseball from the pond.
We go to the top of the 4th inning. Chris Boato still on the mound, only giving up 1 run so far. And now this ball's hit into center field. Marriott just backing up a little bit, and he makes the catch for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out, as that was the center fielder, Austin Wilkie, who hit that one into center field. He's now 0 for 2. So here comes Adam Fillman. Fillman flew out to the right fielder, Dave Banning, his last time up. Quick out for Boato. Here comes the next pitch, right over for a strike. And he started this 4th inning off very strong. 2-1 is our score. We play in the top of the 4th. The 0-1. This one into the gap. It's going to get down. Nicholson runs it down, he picks it up, throws it back in, and he'll hold him to a single. So Fillman gets on for the first time today. And here comes the first baseman, Evan Britt. His last time he hit that ball down the line, that was misplayed by the left fielder Nicholson. But there was no harm done, as the next hitter, Candle, popped up to the second baseman, Pettipies. Now this one's popped up. Mercier moving over towards the netting, and he reaches out, but that one's out of play. So that's a strike to Britt. For the season, Evan Britt hitting .214. He's played in 21 games for these majors, and he's got 2 home runs, so he has a little bit of power. 0-1 count to him, 1 out, runner standing at first. Move over to first from Boato. Wasn't his A move, as he was just flipping the ball over there, trying to keep the runner close. Standing on deck is Candell. The 0-1. That one got in on his hands and he fouled it back straight over the press box. And now Bowado's up once again. It's 0-2. For Philman over there at first, he's got 5 stolen bases this season. But with the lefty on the mound, sometimes it's difficult to get a read. And he throws over once again, but he's back. A little bit better move from Bowado that time. And Philman had a bit bigger of a lead. 0-2 count to Britt. Bowado shakes off a couple times. Still looking in for the sign. And Britt calls time. We've seen now the past 2 games with Mercier behind the plate. A few times the pitchers have been looking in and shaking off before they got the pitch they liked. The 0-2 pitch from Bowado. That one's fouled away, straight off the catcher's mask. And it remains 0-2 as the umpire goes out to flip the ball to the pitcher. Give his catcher some time to regroup. Philman on at first after he singled into left field. He didn't hit it very hard. He kind of hit it between the 2 outfielders in left and center. But it was hit slowly that it didn't roll into the gap, so he was held to just a single. Still a 0-2 count to Britt. Bowado checks the runner, now delivers to the plate. An off-speed pitch drifts outside, and it bounced as well. And the count is now 1-2. Bowado last pitched on Thursday night, and he throws over again, and he almost got him. A good pickoff move, and the runner was just back in ahead of the throw. One out, 1-2 count. And the pitch, swing and fouled away once again. That's 3 foul balls in this at-bat for the majors. And for Britt, and they've not gone down in order yet today. So they're putting up a good battle, trying to get the pitch count up of the starter. Before the 1-2, another check on the runner at first as Bowado continues to be concerned with that runner out there. He's almost picked him off twice in this at-bat. 1-2. Fouled away once again. So Bowado still searching for that put-away pitch, as he was up 0-2 to Britt. Then after 2 foul balls, threw a ball, and now he's fouled off a couple more. So we'll see what pitch he goes with here to try to put away the first baseman. First, he picks off. And once again, it's a close play. And a balk is being called by the home plate umpire, Dave Phillips. Bowado not happy. Brian Essery not happy as he's out of the dugout. That balk was called by the home plate umpire. And usually it's the umpire over there at first that'll make that call. But Dave Phillips thought he saw something. So now, Philman moves into scoring position with only 1 away. And looking at it again, I mean, balks are one of those plays that are very difficult to judge. And that was really close. So Philman out there at second. Britt still sitting in a 1-2 count. And the offering corked in the air left field. Moving over is Nicholson, but that one's going to get well fouled. It was an off-speed pitch from Bowado that Britt was way out in front of, and he couldn't quite keep it fair down the left field line. And the count remains at 1-2. Set at the belt, check the runner at second. And the pitch in the air. This one behind the plate, Mercier going back.
Thanks.
And it's going to get out of play. So another foul ball. And the battle continues. I don't have the exact number on how many pitches have been thrown in this at-bat, but it's got to be somewhere around the 10-pitch mark. And the hitter, Britt, in a 1-2 count. Beato set to deliver another 1-2 pitch. And here it comes. Hit up the middle. Beato gets a glove on it, but he can't squeeze it. Now he picks it up and flips it to first. To make the out, Philman moves up to third base on the play. And that ball was shot back at the mound. And of course, that's a tough play for the pitcher, but if he did come up with that, Philman was not going back to second base. They would have had a double play. But instead, they get the runner at first. So now there's 2 outs, and the number 9 hitter, Candell, comes up to the plate. Popped up to Nolan Pettipies the last time he was there. First pitch to him is hit on the ground at Tofflin. He gloves it. Throw across the diamond, and it's in time. A strong defensive play for Tofflin as he backhanded that one and made a good throw to Keller at first. So the runner gets to third but doesn't score. The Jackfish still lead it 2-1.
Lucky lady on this.
Dane Tofflin comes up to the plate to start off the bottom of the fourth as this game is flying right along. He made the play to end the top half of this inning. And now he leads off with Nicholson waiting on deck, Hildebrandt to follow him. Boone pitching out of the full windup. The pitch to Tofflin just grazes the outside corner. It's strike one. That one's inside to Tofflin. It's 1-1. Of course, in Tofflin's first at-bat today, if you weren't with us, he hit a home run into left field. That scored Marriott, and that is how the Jackfish got their 2 runs and how they hold the lead here in the fourth. That next pitch is just outside, and now Tofflin's ahead in the count. It's 2-1. That home run he hit was a long ways over that left field fence, where it says 335 down the line. That ball may have been hit 400 feet. The 2-1. That one's hit in the air right field, and it's going to get down. Tofflin on for the second time today. Takes a big turn around first. Now they're going to throw behind him. but he's easily back to first.
Left fielder number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
So he hits his homer into left, and now he singles into right. And the left fielder and cleanup man today, Brandon Nicholson, will come up to the plate. Nicholson batting a little farther down in the order than usual. When he first came over to the team, he led off for the majority of the time. He played a few games batting in the second spot. And now he hits here as the number 4 hitter. Tofflin at first. Nicholson grounds it to the second baseman, Candell, and he picks it up, throws it over to first. And there's one out as Tofflin moves into second.
The designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrandt.
So here's the DH, Matt Hildebrandt, coming to the plate with one out. As he digs in against Boone. After that first inning, Boone has really settled in. And we've talked about how dominant he's been all year, leading the league in all 3 major statistical pitching categories. First pitch to Hildebrandt, off speed, and he swung right through it. He was obviously sitting on something hard, and he was way early. Elsewhere in the IBL, the Kitchener Panthers are in Barrie to take on the Baycats. It's 1-0 Barrie as they play in the bottom of the first in that game. It's 2-1 Jackfish here. Hildebrandt at the dish, and he fouls one away. He's behind. It's 0-2. Hildebrandt, with 7 home runs this year, is in a tie for the lead with the team, as Tofflin also has 7. And the home run yesterday by Keller moved him into that tie as well. So it's a 3-way tie with 2 games remaining on the schedule in the regular season. Boone gets his sign. Tofflin takes his lead off of second. The pitch to Hildebrandt, just up high. Called it a ball. It's now 1-2 as Hildebrandt gets back in this count. Before Boone delivered that last pitch, he took a long look back at second. He's worried about the runner who leads the team in stolen bases in Tofflin. The 1-2. Over the outside edge. Rung up by Dave Phillips. And Hildebrandt set down. There's now 2 outs for the right fielder, Dennis Dave Banning.
Right fielder number 6, Dennis Dave Banning.
So the 5th strikeout of the day for Boone. The second time Hildebrandt has gone down on strikes. And now Dave Banning, the number 6 hitter, comes up playing in right field today. Yesterday he was in left, as him and Nicholson have swapped positions. The first one today, Banning over the outside corner. Late strike call from Dave Phillips, but he got it. He's ahead 0-1, and that's something he's done effectively. He's gotten ahead of these Jackfish hitters after that first inning. Long look at second once again. And the pitch down low. Looked like a breaking ball that bounced in. And Dave Banning took it. A 1-1 count to the right fielder. The pitch slashed away, foul. Onto that berm out there where a lot of kids are sitting. And somebody makes a nice catch. Speaking of the fans, it's a record high today at Welland Stadium at 1,334. So the most fans in Welland Jackfish history on this Saturday night. A 1-2 count to Dave Banning. And the pitch in the air left field, but it gets foul. Dave Banning ripped that one. but just out in front. And not only is the crowd big, they've been loud all game. Back in the first inning, when Coughlin hit that home run, the place was going crazy. And they're hoping for some more runs here from the Jackfish as there's a runner standing out there in scoring position. And a 1-2 count. Here comes the delivery from Boone. Just missed low. Jaco held that one like he thought it was at the knees for a strike. But he couldn't get the call. It's now an even count at 2-2. The offering in the air right field. Once again, it's going to get foul onto the right field berm. So we've seen 3 foul balls in the at-bat from Dave Banning as he continues to work to get on base. For Mike Wagner, who stands on deck, he's 0 for 1 today. Dave Banning struck out his first time up, one of the 5 strikeouts for Boone. Trying to put a ball in play here with a runner standing out at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch in the air. Once again, it's going to get fouled. That's about 3 times he's hit it onto the berm in this at-bat. And the count's still 2-2. As I mentioned about Boone, he's got 7 wins this year. He's tied for first place in the IBL with his teammate, Pedro De Los Santos. He works here to the Jackfish right fielder. And Dave Banning takes one down. You could tell he wanted to offer at it, but he did a great job to hold off. He's also up there in strikeouts with 55 this year and a 2.29 ERA, so he's been their go-to guy all year long. Dave Banning calls time as he was awaiting a 3-2 pitch, and Boone took a little bit too long for his liking. But now he steps back in the box, and he's ready to go. Boone's got his sign, holds his hands high at his chest. And the 3-2, Coughlin moving, and that one's hit out to the shortstop McQueen. He charges, got it, throw over to first to retire the side. Jackfish threaten but don't score, but they still lead at 2-1 as we go to the top of the 5th.
It is, of course, fan.
Get set, go!
So we come back to you in between innings here as the kids run the bases here at the pond, a tradition that's been going on all year, and they're off. There's about 200 kids out there today, maybe more, as they just keep coming down the line. And they're going quickly around second base. They're getting the wave home. And they're going to score. A couple blown tires out there, but everybody's good to go. And now there's some kids who are trying to go for their second lap around the bags. As Ryan Harrison tries to get everybody to move off of the field.
Not as smooth as last year, isn't it? That's all right.
As they just keep running around.
Okay, we gotta get some.
So we're back now to go back to the action here as the kids finally getting rounded up and taken off the field after running the bases in between innings. Now we go to the top of the fifth, and the leadoff man in the lineup, Chris McQueen, comes up. Lefty to face the left-handed pitcher, Bewato. He shows bunt on the first pitch but pulls the bat back, and it's over for strike one. Artiega and Reichstein also due up in this inning. Brownlee scheduled at fourth if they get there, and Keller makes a nice stop. Now he flips it to Bewato, covering, and they got him at first. A nice defensive play by Keller as he dove to his right to glove it. And then Bewato getting off the mound and covering to get on the base at the perfect time.
Third baseman Carlos Artiega.
And the first out is a nice play. It's one out, and Carlos Artiega, the third baseman, comes up. He comes in 1 for 2. He was retired on a great defensive play by Pettipies. In the third, it was that ball that he went and got to his backhand side and then threw across his body, and still in time to retire the runner. Now he sits in a 1-0 count, and he hits it foul. It's 1-1. He stepped out, now he gets back in the box. 1-1 count, 1 out. Time is called as Boato couldn't get on the same page with the catcher Mercier. Arteaga this year hitting .326 with 9 extra base hits, all of those doubles. And he hits this ball down the line, it's foul. Does not have a home run on the season. But with him hitting .326, he's a great guy to have at the top of the lineup, hitting in that number 2 spot. He's playing third base today, but he plays all over the infield. The 1-2. Swing and a foul off. And the count remains 1-2. It was a breaking ball from Boato that Arteaga waved at, and he was lucky just to get a piece of it to keep his at-bat alive. The 1-2 outside bounced off the glove of Mercier, and it's 2-2. For Boato, he's now 4 1/3 complete and only 1 run against, facing this potent London offense as we play in a tight 2-1 ball game in the 5th. Rocks and deals, foul caught at home plate by Mercier. And it's a strikeout for Boato. That ball was swung at by Arteaga. It may have been high, but he fouled it. And Mercier did a great job to hold on to it. So now here comes Byron Reichstein. And he has had a fantastic season, hitting over 400 at .418. And he hits this ball up the middle, Pettipiece. Can't get a glove on it, and it's into center field for a hit, his second of the game.
Designated hitter, Cleveland Brownlee.
That's the second time today we've seen Reichstein go up the middle for a hit. That one was on the ground, but it was hit pretty hard, as Pettipiece didn't really have a chance to get over there and make the play. So now here comes up the big DH, Cleveland Brownlee. Of course, the IBL veteran, played for London for a number of years. The right-handed hitter gets set to face the lefty Boato with Reichstein standing at first, and a breaking ball is fouled off the plate. Brownlee hitting just .235, but with 5 home runs. He's got some power, and he's got the ability to drive in runs, as he has 18 RBIs this year. Boato steps off. As Reichstein stands over there at first, he's got 4 stolen bases this season. We'll see if he's running with 2 outs in the DH at the plate. The next one called a strike. And it's 0-2 to Brownlee. The last time the majors were here, Brownlee hit a home run. That was one of the farthest I've seen all year at the pond. The 0-2, breaking ball fouled at the plate. It caught Mercier on the mask. And Brownlee stays alive. That's twice now we've seen Mercier catch a foul ball off his mask in this game. But he seems to be okay, and he's back in the crouch as Brownlee steps back in the box. Boato snap throw to first. It was low, and Keller can't find it. Now he does. And he goes over to pick it up. That was a snap throw to first by Boato as he lifted his back leg off of the rubber before throwing over. And he threw it in the dirt. But Keller was there to keep it in front, so the runner doesn't advance. It's still 0-2 with the runner at first. Pitch fouled away once again. And the majors have been grinding out at-bats all night long. And Boato's pitched well, but his pitch count is probably a little higher than it usually would be when only giving up 1 run. because these majors hitters have done a great job of fouling away tough pitches. Another 0-2. This one in the air. Marriott on the run, moving over now, and he makes the catch. As Nicholson was also there, but he got called up by the center fielder, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Jackfish lead it 2-1. Here comes Mike Wagner to start off the bottom of the fifth for the Fish. 7, 8, 9 due up. That's Wagner, Mercier, and Pettipiece. Wagner 0 for 1, flew out to left field in the second inning. Boone still out there. Both runs in this game were scored in the first inning for both teams. And now Wagner pops one up. It's going to get fouled. One run was scored in the top of the first by the Majors on a single by Reichstein. And then, of course, the 2 runs on that big 2-run homer by Toffland. The 0-1 to Wagner inside. He backed away. And it's now 1-1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Boone. Up high. And it's 2-1. In that game in Barrie, the Baycats still lead the Panthers 1-0. The Jackfish played Barrie yesterday, and they lost that one. The 2-1. Right back up the middle. And that's a hit for Wagner. As he scorched it right back up the box. And the pitcher, Boone, had really no chance of getting a glove on it. And it's into center field. Now here comes the catcher, Andrew Mercier. He grounded out to the shortstop. In his first time up, he's had a tough go of it this year, hitting 147. In only 13 games, though. And 34 total at-bats. He'll try to get that runner into scoring position at the very least as he squares around early. And the pitch from Boone, he gets it down. Boone's got it. He's going to look to second to get one, and they won't get him. Sliding into second safely was Wagner. Mercier makes it to first as well. And now the Jackfish have 2 on with nobody out. And Nolan Pettipies coming to the plate. So that was clearly a sacrifice for Mercier, but Boone thought he had to play it second. But Wagner was in there well ahead of the throw. So now Pettipies comes up. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third base in his first at-bat. He squares to bunt, but he fouls it off the mask of Jaco. That actually caught the home plate umpire. Looked like, to me, it hit the catcher, but the actions on the field confirming it was home plate umpire Dave Phillips who was struck. So it's an 0-1 count. We'll see if the bunt sign's still on, with Pettipies hitting in the 9-hole. Corners still playing in for the majors. And he squares the bunt again, pulls it back. The count's now 1-1. That's Britt playing in at first base and Arteaga playing in at third. You can see on our camera shot here that the majors are putting on the wheel play with this bunt, as the shortstop is covering the third base bag after Arteaga crashes. We'll see if they put it on again here. And they will. Another bunt attempt, and that ball's going to be dropped by Arteaga. Out there, throw back, and that's going to be... Now, they're just going to say Pettipies is out. Because what happened there was Arteaga came in, and of course he dropped the ball on purpose so that they could possibly turn a triple play, or a double play with one out. And now, all the infield talking to third base umpire Mike Kinnear. Now Brownlee out to talk to the home plate umpire, and they're all asking, how can it be an infield fly if it wasn't even a pop fly? The ball was looped out to third base. So an interesting call there, but Pettipies is the only one retired. So mark that down as out on an infield fly. He tried to bunt to get the runners into scoring position. But now we go back to the top of the order in Griffin Keller. As I mentioned earlier, he had that home run yesterday. First pitch to Keller over the outside corner. So yeah, Arteaga came in trying to induce that triple play, let the ball drop, then throw it around the horn to try to get all three outs, but they do only get one. One out in the fifth inning for Keller. He checks his swing. The pitch is high. He did not go. And it's 1-1. As Mercier takes his lead off of first, Wagner standing out at second. He takes his lead as well. Even count. 1-1 to Keller. Breaking ball in there. It's strike two. And now with two strikes, Keller will try to get a ball in play. And it's something he's done very well this year, only striking out 7 times on the season. Marriott stands on deck. He'll likely get a chance here. 1-2 to Keller is inbound. Swing and a miss. So he does strike out. He was ahead of an off-speed pitch, and now there's 2 outs for the center fielder, Eric Marriott. And these are the kind of situations you'd love to come through and pick up your teammate. With 2 outs, 2 runners on, one of them standing in scoring position, this would be a big 2-out knock if Marriott can get one. He's 1 for 2. Singled into left field his first time up. He scored on the home run. He's also struck out looking That was back in the third. The pitch to Marriott, in for a strike. As the over 1,300 fans chanting, "Let's go Jackfish," trying to get this offense going. Boone's got his sign. Takes a look at second now again, and the 0-1 hit on the ground. Handel picks it up, throw it to first. And it's in time to retire the Jackfish. 2-1's our score. We go to the top of the sixth.
Follow your favorite Welland Jackfish players.
Here comes Hayden Jaco to the plate to start off the top of the sixth. Brendan Lang still here with you as the Jackfish lead a close, low-scoring affair, 2-1, as Chris Bowato still out there on the mound to start the sixth inning. And this has been one of his best starts of the season at just the right time for the Fish. The 1-0 shown bunt from Jaco. A catcher trying to bunt for a base hit. Not something you see very often, but he tried it there, but it was a ball. And it's 2-0. This, of course, is the last home game of the regular season for the Jackfish. But they do have one more game on the year. That's tomorrow against Hamilton. And that's in Hamilton. So that will close out the 30-game schedule, and then the postseason will start. That starts on the Thursday after. 3-0's outside. Bowato not happy with himself as he loses the catcher, Jaco.
Center fielder Austin Wilkie.
Here comes Austin Wilkie. 0 for 2, grounded out to second base. Also flew out into center field. Austin Wilkie from Mississauga, Ontario, hitting .301. This year he squares around a bunt and pulls the bat back. So Bowato has missed with 5 straight to start off the 6th inning. To go along with that .301 batting average, he's also got 1 home run and 6 doubles. As Bowato checks on the runner over there at first, that's the catcher, Jaco. He's got 1 stolen base on the year. The 1-0 misses again, and that'll force a mound visit from Rick Pilateri. So Boato cruised through the first 5, especially those past 4 innings, and now he's run into some trouble with his control to start the 6th, as he walked Jaco on 4 straight pitches, and now he's fallen behind 2-0 to Wilkie. Adam Philman, the left fielder, waits on deck. Evan Britt to follow him. The meeting on the mound is done, as that hopefully gave Boato some time to regroup and find his release point. And he's behind 2-0 to the left, or to the center fielder, Wilkie. That one is a strike, and it's fouled away down the line. There is some movement down in the Jackfish bullpen, but nobody's throwing yet. Somebody does have a baseball, as Boato at this point is up over 90 pitches in the 6th. 2-1 count, and the offering hit on the ground almost in the exact same spot. So it's strike 2. So after missing with 6 straight and that mound visit, he's now thrown 2 straight strikes. So hopefully he's gotten back in that groove that we saw from him after he threw 4 consecutive innings scoreless. And again, he checks on that runner over there at first. So warming up in the bullpen right now for the Jackfish looks like Jake Harford, a guy who's made some starts for the Fish, but his last couple appearances have been out of the pen. That ball's hit up the middle. Boato knocks it down. He's going to throw to second for 1. And they won't make the play back to first as Wagner dropped the ball, but it was on the transfer. So that out will still count on the fielder's choice. So Wilkie reaches on that fielder's choice. That's twice today. Balls have been rocketed back at the mound, and Boato's been able to get a glove on them. And that was a nice play to retire the lead runner. So now 1 out as Adam Philman, the left fielder, comes up. First one before the first pitch he's going to pick off, with Wilkie standing on first base and 3 stolen bases to his ledger this season. Here comes the pitch to Philman. He swings and misses, and he caught Mercier on the backswing. And you can hear the sound of the bat catching Mercier's helmet from all the way up here. And he went down in a heap before jumping up quickly. And now the training staff comes out of the dugout, but he waves them off. He says he's okay and good to go. So a good sight that he's not seriously injured. That backswing caught him flush. But he's good to go, and we go back to the action as Philman got a hit his last time up in the 4th. The 0-1 in the air. Line drive into center field. Marriott running, he reaches out and makes the catch. Wilkie's got to retreat back to first as he was almost all the way to the second base bag when Marriott hauled it in.
First baseman Evan Britt.
And we've seen it all year. Marriott plays a very solid center field. And that one was hit sharply straight over his head. And as an outfielder, those ones hit right at you are often the toughest balls to read. But he picked it up quickly and made a fine running catch. So now Evan Britt, the first baseman up. Wilkie still standing on at first. And the 0-0. It got the plate, but it was low. And it's 1-0 to the first baseman. He reached on an error by Nicholson in the second, also grounded out on a nice defensive play his last time up, and that ball's rocketed to second, and it ate up Pettipiece. Moving around second is Wilkie. They're going to fire the ball into third, and he's in there with a slide. That was a hard hit, one hopper at Pettipiece. And a very tough play for the second baseman to make. We'll see what the official score rules that one. But it will probably go down as an E4. Now runners at the corners with 2 outs. And the number 9 hitter, Candell. First pitch is a strike, but he didn't like the call. He thought it was low. So Boato is ahead. And just confirming with Spencer Tangway, that is an error on the second baseman. So twice today, Britt has reached on errors. Wilkie stands at third base, Britt at first, and Candell at the plate for the third time. He's 0 for 2. Boato looking for another big out in a tight one-run ball game. The 0-2. That ball flared into right field. Dave Banning coming on. He reaches out and he makes the catch. The ball was dying quickly, but Dave Banning ran it down. Jackfish still lead at 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th.
Jenna, Corey, Danielle, here's how it works. Take off, grab a donut, stack it on your partner, get 4. Once that happens, run down to me, first person across the line, and give Jacques a big high five, wins $25 to Tim Hortons. Are you ready? Fans, come on, this is a big one. On your mark, get set, go! They're off, here we go. One donut, oh. Try to help the guy. Doesn't like donuts that much. Here we go, we're on 2. Fans, come on! There's a lot of you! Over here! This gets really funny, I swear! Hey, let him drop! Let him drop! Let him drop! Drop them donuts! Here we go, on 3. Here we go. Oh, you go! Go! You get going! There we go, down to the last donut, and they're off. Oh! Here she comes. Congratulations, Corey, and Danielle, you're up with $20 to Tim Hortons.
And Tim Hortons is
Bottom of the 6th we go. In a downright pitcher's duel at the pond. On Fan Appreciation Night at the ballpark. The first pitch to Tofflin, over but low. It's 1-0. Tofflin, 2 RBIs today. He's driven in both runs. For the Fish, looking to get a couple more home in this inning. The 1-0 from Boone. Down low once again. And that's a ball. Boone pitching in the 6th. He's a guy that gives this team a lot of length. His last time out, over 7 innings, he did not give up an earned run. Next one to Tofflin. It's high. And he's now sitting 3-0. The way Boone is pitching, this is probably a good time to throw on that 3-0 green light. See if he can get one over the middle of the plate and do damage. Here comes the 3-0, and he does swing at it. It hits it into center field. It's sinking quickly, and it's down. Tofflin with his third hit of the ball game. And the Jackfish once again get a runner on to start the inning. We'll see if they can get him around to scoring this time. And here comes Brandon Nicholson, 0 for 2. Hitting .260 this season. Tofflin edging off of first. Pitch to Nicholson, fouled away. That'll get into the grandstands or over the grandstands. Now rolling back. And as you can see on the camera, a great catch made by a young fan here at the ballpark. So a great shot to see that fan make the play. It's 0-1 to Nicholson. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Says first base umpire Jeff Rose. And he's down in the count, 0-2. Boone has been pretty economical today. And there's nobody loosening up in that Majors bullpen. 0-2 to Nicholson. And the pitch. Called strike 3 over the inside corner. And it's out number 1.
Number 39, Matt Hildebrand.
7th strikeout of the game for Boone. Pitching in the bottom of the 6th. So Boone sitting around the 80 pitch mark today. As he faces the designated hitter, Matt Hildebrand. First pitch to him over the outside corner, it's strike 1. On the out-of-town scoreboard, the Kitchener Panthers and Barrie Baycats are tied in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's 2-2. As all these games still very important for the standings. And the 0-1 hit in the air, foul. And once again, Boone is way ahead of a Jackfish hitter. Standing on deck is Dave Banning. So he'll likely get a shot here in the 6th. London, of course, is the only team that won't be affected by these last few regular season games, as they've locked up first place, and by a pretty wide margin. And they'll have a bye through the first round of the playoffs. Long pause, and an 0-2 high. May have been a pitch out.
Everybody clap your hands.
And it's 1-2 now. Boone's doing a good job of varying his times to the plate so that Tofflin can't get a good read on him. One and 2 count to Hildebrand. 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th. The pitch, swing and a miss. That was in the dirt. And he waved at it. The 8th strikeout of the game for Boone.
Right fielder, number 6, Dennis Day Banning.
Dennis Day Banning comes up 0 for 2, but looking for a massive hit with 2 outs and a runner at first base. And that would go a long way for the Jackfish in this one, as both teams have had their offensive struggles. Tofflin, big lead off of first. Not going. The pitch is inside. And it's 1-0 for Dave Banning. He's hitting .255 this year in 55 at-bats. He does have a home run. He's got some pop in his bat, as we've seen here. And he fouls that one away. Watching Day Banning in batting practice, day in and day out, you do notice he's got a ton of power, but not all of it on display yet. With only that one home run. He's even in the count at 1-1. There's 2 outs. Long pause. And the pitch is upstairs. Tofflin kind of faked a steal there as Jaco jumped out of the crouch ready to throw behind the runner. But Tofflin got back easily. It's 2-1. And that's what speed does on the bases. It'll get in the head of that pitcher, and he's not fully focused on the man at the plate. 2-1 to Day Banning. Slashed foul down the right field side, and Day Banning has been late all night. As if you recall, back in his last at-bat, he must have hit 3 or 4 balls foul down in that exact same location down the right field side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, short lead at first from Tofflin. Here comes the pitch, Tofflin on the move, and that hit Day Banning on the hand. And he'll go down to first. So not a spot that you'd like to get hit, but he seems to be okay. Tofflin was off on the play. He may have taken that base regardless, but now he gets in there with the walk. So that pushes, or not the walk, sorry, the hit by pitch. And that pushes a run into scoring position for Mike Wagner. Hit a single in his last time up. And the Fish would love to see that again. The first one down low. And it's 1-0 to Wagner. Two runners standing out there on base. Checks the runner at second, and the pitch fouled away. Counts even at 1. We've seen Tofflin steal third base on a number of occasions this season. Don't know if we'll see it here with 2 outs and a left-handed hitter in the batter's box, though. One to Wagner. High. And it's 2-1. After that last pitch, Boone sort of took a step behind the mound, tried to rub up that new baseball, see if he can get a feel for it, as he's missed twice to Wagner in this at-bat. And he's behind in the count 2-1, not something that we've said very often today. And here comes his pitch. Painted on the outside corner. And to answer a question from the chat, there is 1,334 fans in attendance today, the largest crowd in Jackfish baseball history. 2-2, count on Wagner. Runners take their lead off of first and second. And here comes the pitch. Wagner throws the bat at it and fouls it down the left field side off of that bullpen protective screen. And the count remains at 2-2. Beato threw 6 full for the Jackfish on the mound. Harford was warming up last inning, so we'll see if he is tasked with starting the 7th. But first, we'll see if the Jackfish can add on another run as we play in the bottom of the 6th. Long look in for the sign. Now Boone has it. Working out of the stretch with 2 runners on, and the pitch fouled away. Barely got a piece of it, but just enough to stay alive. Wagner has 4 RBIs this season. Looking to cash in another one here. 2-2 count, 2 out. Swing and a miss from Wagner. And once again, the Jackfish get a couple runners on, but don't score. We go now to the 7th. Spencer Tangway back on the mic to take you the rest of the way.
Brendan Lang, a wonderful job as always as we get you set for the 7, 8, and 9 inning. 2-1 ball game. A 2-1 first inning is where we sit. And that is it. 5 scoreless innings after the first. Here we are in the top of the 7th. Top of the order, Chris McQueen check swing. Able to get a little bit. Bowato not there in time as the ball is now thrown into the outfield right by the bubble. And that'll be an error, and that moves McQueen all the way to second, which looked to be a very close play.
Third baseman Carlos Artiega.
Oh, time was called. I stand corrected. He's going back to second base. The question was time called? No, it was not. And now a mound visit, which we'll see Brian Ezery come out from the dugout. Jake Harford was warming up in the bullpen for the Jackfish. And the ball will be handed over. So Chris Bowato's night is complete. He'll be responsible for McQueen, who is on second. Jackfish going to Jake Harford. We'll come back. It is 2-1 Jackfish here in the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th, saw one batter, and now it's a call to the bullpen. Jake Harford, number 41, the Fredonia State University alum. Bunt shown from the majors. The throw to first. That moves the base runner McQueen from second to third, and they'll get an out.
Right fielder Byron
So
right
Chris
side.
McQueen, the shortstop, on third base, in scoring position for the majors, and a 2-1 Jackfish lead. One out here for Byron Reichstein. Reichstein, of course, will be followed by Cleveland Brownlee and then Hayden Jaco. Middle of the order here for the London Majors. This is the 3, 4, and 5 hitter due up. Harford, fastball, missed down low. Jake Harford of the season has 3 wins, no losses. He's been in 3 games. He's started 2. He's only pitched 16 innings and struck out 22 batters that he's faced. Ground ball, that's going to get behind Pettipies. The throw to first, it's a bullet in time, but the run comes across the plate. We're even at 2. The London Majors tie the ball game. It's 2-2. The London fans will be happy. Evens the score. So now 2 outs. Ball that went right at him, right through the wickets of Nolan Pettipies. The run probably would have scored anyways. So now 2-2 in the top of the 7th. Low-scoring affair here tonight at Welland. We talked about it earlier. The Majors, they lead the league in runs for and against. Brownlee foul tip swings at the first one. And now it's 0-1 with 2 outs. Cleveland Brownlee having a good time here at the pond. Always interacts with the fans. One of the most theatrical players in this league. Adds a lot of humor, and he's a great person in the IBL. Great person in the baseball community. It's what the IBL needs. Players exactly like him. Played a long career, of course, with the majors. Face of the franchise in London. Now the 0-1 to Mr. Brownlee. Upstairs misses, and now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Cleveland Brownlee. Nobody aboard. It's a 2-2 ball game with that lone run. Huge shot from Brownlee. That's a no-doubter. All the way out of here. Back-to-back games. Cleveland Brownlee does it here in Welland, and it's 3-2 for the visiting Majors. Just a moonshot. You almost expect nothing less from Cleveland Brownlee. You see him on the mound. He saw a fastball that he liked right down the pipe. And Cleveland Brownlee sends that one over the lights here at the pond. It's 3-2 London.
Catcher Aiden Jaco.
So Hayden Jaco now has a 3-2 lead. Still a tight ball game, but the Majors have jumped out in front. They've scored 2 here in the 7th. Now a shot to right field. Dave Banning backpedaling. He's there, makes the catch. The Majors have a 3-2 lead through 6.5. We'll go to the 7th inning stretch, and we'll complete the ball game when we return. It's 3-2 London from the Rose City. Bottom of the 7th we go. Jackfish, who led since the beginning of the ball game after 1 complete innings, now find themselves down by 1. Cleveland Brownlee sent that ball to London. Who needs a bus when you just send it to the moon all the way back and right to the world-famous Labatt Park? 0-1. This is Andrew Mercier at the dish. Fans trying to rally here on firework night. Trying to get a win. The last time the fireworks show, the Barrie Baycats spoiled the show with a 6-5 thriller. This time it's the Majors in another tight ball game. 3-2 Majors here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2. Here's the offering from Boone upstairs. And Jaco had to stand up to make the grab. 1-2 the count. One and 2 to Mercier, the oldest player in the Jackfish lineup. Swings and fouls it back off the roof, and that'll go into the parking lot. 3-2, bottom 7. A beautiful night for baseball. Gotta love tight games. Down the stretch to the Dominico Cup playoffs start next week. Every pitch counts. Now the 1-2. Upstairs again, 2-2. Boone has done very well tonight. Able to get out of a lot of jams. And now if I look down to my right, a little bit of movement in the Majors bullpen. Nobody throwing, a couple batters warming up. Brent Colomb. Not just good at pushing the button, he's got the numbers, 1s and 2s. 103rd pitch was about to be released from Owen Boone, but time was called. 71 of those 102 pitches have been strikes. He's got a 2.29 ERA, 55 strikeouts on the season. We mentioned it would be a pitching battle tonight. 3-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. Boone's ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Andrew Mercier for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 4, Nolan Pettipiece.
So 1 out now for Nolan Pettipiece. Bottom of the order for the Jackfish. It'll be Pettipiece, then Keller. Due up this inning. Marriott, Tofflin, and then Nicholson, of course, in the order. First pitch to Pettipiece. Fastball down the pipe. And Pettipiece just couldn't get a handle on it. It's 0-1. The 0-1 with 1 out. Pettipiece tonight is 0 for 2 in the ball game. That's high and inside. For the season, he's 13 for 44, batting .295.
Spence, 105th pitch right here, 105th pitch.
One's across the board to Pettipiece. Here's the offering for Boone, another fastball, and he gets him with the heat again. 1-2. Boone has really utilized the fastball to get ahead in the counts all night long. He's been able to throw that first pitch strike, I would say at least 70% of the time for the Majors. Swing and a miss, and he's got another strikeout. Boone retires Andrew Mercier, and now Nolan Pettipiece as well. And that'll bring up the first baseman. So 2 outs for the Jackfish here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Griffin Keller now 0 for 3 in the ball game, batting .361. He's able to hit the ball 38 for 105 this season. Polk, the right fielder, racing after it for the Majors. That's going to get down in the gap. That'll be a double. And Griffin Keller puts the Jackfish a little bit closer to tying this ball game, as Keller's now in scoring position behind Owen Boone on second.
Check it out, y'all. Everybody.
The third baseman, number 23. Make that correction. Now batting, the center fielder, number 9, Eric Marriott.
So Marriott will come up to bat with Keller aboard on second. And now, Cleveland Brownlee, who I believe is acting as the interim manager tonight, will just have a mound visit with Owen Boone. I talked about just a few pitchers in the bullpen for the majors. It's a righty now beginning to throw, just slightly throwing the ball to the bullpen catcher. We'll try to get you a number on that. Who is in the bullpen? Hard to tell through the screen here at the stadium. Back when the Pirates used to play here, they had the phones. Could look call the bullpens, get the exact number. As the phone lines actually, if you ever get a chance to come to the ballpark, are still hooked up. And that mound visit seems to have paid off. One quick pitch, and that will do it. The Jackfish will leave Keller stranded at second. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's 3-2 London on firework night in the Rose City.
First pitch set to fly 7:30. Leading off here.
Buckle up, here we go, top of the 8th.
Center fielder Austin Wilkie.
It's 3-2 for the majors. Wilkie will lead things off against Jake Harford, who came into the ball game in relief of Chris Bowato, and have just been given word, warming up in the majors bullpen. It's the right-hander, number 63, Braden Farrington. So Farrington warming up for the majors. We'll see what happens with Owen Boone, if he will come back for the bottom of the 8th inning. The count is 1-0. Bunt is shown. It's down the third base line. It's a good bunt. And that will easily get the majors base runner aboard. And now the majors have a runner on first base after a very well executed bunt from Austin Wilkie. So now Adam Philman. He's got Wilkie aboard on first after a beautiful bunt down the third base line. Not a big leadoff from Wilkie as he now backpedals towards first. The 0-1. Here's the off break from Harford. That is way outside, a wild pitch that will easily move Austin Wilkie as he will trot his way to second. So now 1-1 is that pitch. Clearly not what Harford wanted, and it just simply slipped out of his hands. Well pulled away from the catcher of Andrew Mercier. Quick little mound visit. Of course, be sure to stay tuned. We will bring you the live fireworks show right here following the game. May take 5 to 10 minutes to set up. Lights will go down, but enjoy the show. Got a couple innings of baseball to play first. Bunch shown again. Pulls back. And now he's going to go to third. This will be close. Safe. Called safe on the slide to third. And now the Majors have Austin Wilkie at third. Was able to get both bags on a couple pitches that Jake Harford will definitely want to redeem himself with. So now 2-1. Ground ball. They check the runner at third. He's not going anywhere. Get the out for the first out of the inning. So Wilkie remains on third base, just 90 feet away from making it a 4-2 lead and doubling it. As Evan Britt makes his way to the batter's box for the Majors. So one out here in the top half, bottom half. Oh my God, top half of the 8th. Holy. Saturday night baseball. Not often the Jackfish play Saturday nights. Struggling here. It is a 1-0 count. Now the offering. Ground ball, that'll score a run. The Majors will go up 4-2. Evan Britt, an RBI single. And London now jumps on top. 4-2 with 3 consecutive runs. So Keith Kendall will step in after Dave Phillips had some kind of choice words for the Majors bullpen and Majors dugout, telling him to knock it off. Not sure what that was all about. A shot that's going to get down in right field. That's a fair ball. And now Dave Banning can't scoop the ball up. The Jackfish defense falling apart here in the top half of the 8th. And the Majors have runners in scoring position, second and third.
Chris McQueen.
So Jake Harford not getting any help from the defense. He's thrown a couple wild pitches himself. And it is the Majors on top 4-2. Dane Toffland going to come in and talk to his pitcher, Jake Harford. Settle things down. It is still a close ball game, of course, here in the 8th inning. Final home game of the regular season for the Jackfish. The Jackfish will close out the season tomorrow afternoon. Road game just up the QEW in Hamilton. Swing and a miss. As McQueen is now batting for the Majors. 0-1 to McQueen. Runners on second and third. The infield in for the Jackfish, right on top of the grass. Off the end of the bat. The count 0-2 as that ball is shot foul. Oh and 2, 1 out. Harford, a long pause. Here's the breath. And now the throw. Ground ball. And now they're going to be in a rundown as Mercier drops the ball. Rundown here on third base line. And they'll take him out. So the base runner on third gets caught with poor base running. And the Majors lose Evan Britt after hitting an RBI to put the Majors up 4-2. He's caught in a rundown, and now there's 2 outs with runners on first and second.
Third baseman Carlos Artiega.
So the situation for the Jackfish get a little bit brighter with that rundown as it takes the base runner off third base. No runs scored. Two outs. A shot to shallow center. Marriott on the move. He's got it. for out number 3. They score a run. It is 4-2 after 7. The bottom of the 8th, you're watching Jackfish baseball against the London Majors on a firework night from the pond. Bottom of the 8th inning, it's a 4-2 lead for the London Majors.
Inning for the Jackfish. Third baseman number 23, Dane Tofflin.
Dane Tofflin will lead things off. It'll be Tofflin, Nicholson, and Hildebrandt. New pitcher to the ballgame for the London Majors. We talked about it. It is the right-hander number 63, Braden Farrington. So Farrington out of the pen for the Majors. Comes in with a 4-2 lead. Tofflin swings at the first pitch. The throw from the third baseman in time. And a good throw from Carlos Arteaga.
Braden Farrington. And now batting for the Welland Jackfish, left fielder number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
So Tofflin, who is 3 for 4 in the ball game. A ground ball right to Arteaga, who is able to get him out. So now Nicholson will bat against Farrington. Farrington with just nasty numbers this year. An ERA below 1. 0.61 in ERA, an absolutely fantastic ERA through 29 in the third innings pitched. He struck out 18 batters in relief. The count 2-0 to Nicholson. Farrington set. Here's the offering. That misses outside, and now the count is 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0. Here's the 3-0 from Farrington. Inside, nearly hitting Nicholson, and that'll be 4 straight balls from Farrington, and that'll bring up Matt Hildebrandt.
Designated hitter, number 39, Matt Hildebrandt.
Big ovation for the big man, Matt Hildebrandt. All hoping for a little Hildy hustle here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So now, 1-out situation. Nicholson aboard at first. Hildebrandt, the lefty in the batter's box. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. Runner going already. The throw, it's a good one. Not in time, safe at second. As Jaco thought he had a good arm and maybe would grab the out. But Nicholson slides in under the tag. And the Jackfish have a runner in scoring position. Hildebrandt, the count 0-1 with Nicholson aboard at second. A single away from making it a one-run game. Farrington looking back at Nicholson here. Nope, steps off. Was in the windup and then decided to step off. 4-2 ball game as we get set for the Dominico Cup playoffs, which are scheduled to start next week. Now the 0-1. Downstairs, outside, in the dirt. Good block from Jaco. Jaco and Farrington trying to get settled here and on the same page as they face Matt Hildebrandt. The count 1-1, 1 out. Hildebrandt will be followed by Dave Banning, who's warming up in the batter's box, in the on-deck circle, then Wagner. Here's the 1-1. Check swing. Did not go around. 2 balls and a strike. So the Jackfish left-hander, who's batting .333 this season, is ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner going to third. No throw. So Nicholson sound the horn, move him to third. Nicholson just a base away from making it a 4-3 game. Brian Esri has given the team the green light, of course, in many situations as of late to run. And that is made very clear here in the 8th. Swing. The run will come home. He'll go to first. And the Jackfish make it a 4-3 game with Matt Hildebrandt aboard at first. So the Major is able to execute that earlier in the ball game, and now Matt Hildebrandt. The Hildy hustle to first. And that'll be a pinch runner coming in for Matt Hildebrandt. Underhill will come in, and Hildebrandt's night will be over.
For the Jackfish, number 10, Brandon Underhill.
The fans give a little salute to Matt Hildebrandt for that Hildy hustle to first. It is a 4-3 ball game with 1 out.
Right fielder number 6, Dennis Dave Banning.
So the crowd of over 1,300 all in attendance waiting for the fireworks on the edge of their seat now here in the 8th. 1-out situation, and Dave Banning swings to the first pitch, but pulls it foul right to Ricky Piliteri. 101 watching right now. We say hello to you from wherever you're watching the ball game. Live on YouTube from the Rose City. It is 4-3 Majors here in the 8th. Farrington trying to get the Majors out of this, and only a 4-3 lead. Ground ball right to the third baseman. The throw to first in time for the second out. So Underhill moves to second. Runner in scoring position now for the Jackfish with 2 outs. And here's the shortstop, Mike Wagner. Wagner, the Buffalo native. He's 1 for 3 in the ballgame, 10 for 33 on the season, hitting his average. 4 RBIs, a 5th would be huge here. One 1-0. The first offering from the pitcher Farrington is outside. Now the 1-0. Popped up in the infield. The catcher, Jaco, looking into the lights. He's got it. The Jackfish, they score a run. We'll go to the ninth. It's 4-3 Majors. Don't you go anywhere. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn, grab your friends. We'll conclude the game when we come back. Here we go in the top of the ninth. Majors due up. Byron Reichstein, Cleveland, Brownlee, Hayden, Jaco. It is a 4-3 game right now in favor of the London Majors. Jake Hartford on the mound. Fastball offering, swing and a miss from Byron Reichstein. Byron is 2 for 4 in the ball game. He's batting .418 on the season. 7 home runs, 26 runs driven in. Not too shabby numbers. Fastball that'll get away from Mercier, but it's downstairs, 1-1. Dominical Cup playoffs, Jackfish will play at home on Thursday, 1 week tonight. Excuse me, this coming Thursday. Normally a Thursday night ball game on Thursday. We'll have another this coming Thursday. First home game for the Jackfish. Opponent yet to be determined. 1-2. Strike called, and now Hartford's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. This is the leadoff man of the inning, Byron Reichstein. Now the 1-2 from the right-hand pitcher upstairs, 2-2. Two and two. Hartford has that very slow delivery and follow through in his pitch. 3-2. Doesn't fool Reichstein with that offering. So now 3 balls, 2 strikes. He's got a sign here in the windup. The 3-2 inside, and that'll be called ball 4. Byron Reichstein will get aboard on a walk.
Designated hitter Cleveland Brownlee.
So Brownlee hears a few boos after the last time he was in the batter's box. He sent one to the moon. An absolute blast. No doubter, whatever you want to call it. The ball was absolutely destroyed. Now he's got a runner aboard in a 1-run ball game. We'll see how Hartford pitches to the big man, Cleveland Brownlee, for the Majors. First pitch swung on as he wanted all of that one, but he fouls it back. It's fun watching Cleveland hit because you never know. Every pitch could be a pitch that he likes. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. He had 5 home runs coming into the ball game. He's got a 6th now. And 19 RBIs. 0-1 to the Majors right-hander. Back to the first base they go. 0-1 to Brownlee. 4-3 Majors. The Majors tonight, 10 hits, no errors. The Jackfish, 6 hits and 3 errors on the ball game and on the box score. Now the 0-1. Ground ball could be 2. To second, to first, double play. The Jackfish clear the bases on a double play. And now it's a 2-out situation as Brownlee grounds out right to the pitcher, who goes to second over to first. 2 outs. So now Hayden Jaco. So the 1-6-3 play, double play, excuse me, from the bat of Cleveland Brownlee brings up Hayden Jaco. First pitch to Jaco outside, called strike though. Outside of the strike zone it looked to be from up here, but they call it a strike. And he's ahead of the count, 0-1. Just a bit downstairs, 1-1 evens the count. The 1-1 with 2 outs. Here's the offering. Popped up. Leaking, and that will go into the grandstand, and just unable to make the grab in section 105. The lucky fan picks up that souvenir ball. 1-2. Fans trying to support Jake Harford and the Fish to keep it only a 1-run lead for the Majors to go to the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 1-2. Foul as he just gets the end of the bat on it. The at-bat continues for Hayden Jaco. Jaco's 0 for 3 in the ballgame. 33 for 86 this season. Now he faces a 1-2. He's got his team up 4-3 here in the 9th. A little bit of excitement down the stretch tonight. And he hits him. Says no. Dave Phillips gonna just raise the roof off this place, as Cleveland Brownlee will come to argue in defense of Hayden Jaco, as Jaco is being told he intentionally leaned into that ball. Everything coming in this ball game tonight. Normally the fans are quite hard on the umpires here at the pond, but they'll buy a mistake dinner for that one. Brent Colombe concurs. He agrees. 2-2 now. Here's the offering from Harford. See if he leans into this one. Swing and a miss. See if he breaks his bat. Jaco could get ejected, and he's second now. Has some choice words. Dave Phillips has done enough damage, he says. He will stay in the ballgame. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. It is 4-3 Majors. Jackfish need a run to extend it before the fireworks. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. Bottom of the ninth. It's 4-3. Fireworks are set to go off in left field. The story has been set. Stage is ready. Perfect timing here for the Jackfish to get a walk-off win in fashion. Dramatic fashion for sure. We'll see if it can be done tonight. The IBL baseball, always exciting. And now, the Jackfish get a chance right here in front of over 1,300, a record crowd with fireworks in the background. Chance to beat the league-leading 20-8 majors. But they're behind in the count, 0-2. Mercier will start things off. Then Pettipice, then Keller. One of these base runners, one of the bottom of the two batters needs to get aboard. It won't be Mercier as he strikes out on 3 straight pitches. So Mercier's retired on a swinging strikeout.
Nolan Pettipice.
And now Nolan Pettipice due up. One and 0. 1 ball, no strikes. This is Pettipice. The pitch from Farrington. Down the middle for a strike. No doubter on that one. 1-1. A fantastic ball game tonight for sure. Here's the 1-1. That moves outside. 2-1. Pettipice tonight is 0 for 3 in the ball game. 1 out as Mercier has been retired already. On the strikeout, time is called. And now they'll reset. Umpire takes his place. Here we go, 2-1. Swing and a miss from Pettipice. And the count is even 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 4-3 in the bottom of the ninth. Here's Farrington's pitch. Popped up, high and shallow center. And he makes the catch. 2 outs now as Wilkie moves under it. The Jackfish are down to their last out.
Baseman number 24, Griffin Keller.
So Griffin Keller, the leadoff man for the Jackfish. 2-out situation, 4-3 ball game. Steps into the batter's box. Fans trying to get the "Let's Go Jackfish" chant going here. Now the pitch from Farrington. Check swing. It's a called strike regardless. Oh, 1.
Harry must be off watching. Oh, I didn't hear you.
Nothing in 1, 2 outs. A shot, that'll be a single. Keller will bring up Marriott. Runner aboard on first off a single from Griffin Keller, who's now 2 for 5 in the ball game.
The center fielder, number 9, Eric Marriott.
So the Jackfish still down to their last out. And this is Eric Marriott. 2-out situation. Keller aboard at first. Here's Marriott. Marriott 1 for 4 in the ball game. Still looking for the first homer of the season. 11 RBIs. Takes the first pitch downstairs, and it's 1-0. Marriott's ahead in the count. Viewers continuing to just flock to the ball game. Over 120 watching now as this is an exciting finish from the pond. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss from Marriott as he got fooled on that outside pitch. 1-1. 1-1, 2 away. Farrington set. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball. The throw to first, ball game. The Majors will go home victorious. It's their 21st win of the season. The fireworks still to come, but the Jackfish unable to get the victory at home on firework night once again. 6-5, the Baycats spoiled it, and now the Majors will go home victorious with a big victory. Huge night for the Jackfish, though, a record attendance. Get set for the postseason. It was fan appreciation night, youth baseball night. Enjoy the fireworks show. We'll leave it right here. If you'd like to stick around, fireworks coming right up next from the pond. Enjoy the night, everyone. Until next time, a reminder, go Jackfish.
Will begin very, very shortly. firework display on this Saturday night. You got to do better than that. They're setting up out in the outfield. They want to hear you all the way in Port Colborne, the home of Spencer Tangway. Make some noise, Jackfish fans. All right, count it down with me. Here we go. 10, 8, 6, 3. Here we go.